Hashem Na'aseh V'Natzliach. This Devar Torah is for the neshama of Chanun Bat Rachamim. This week's parsha at the end says, Et Shabtotai Tishmaru U'Miktashai Tiru Ani Hashem. We read a double parsha, Behar B'chukotai, but at the end of Behar, the Torah says, keep my Shabbat and revere my holy temple. Like right behind me, we Jews have a holy temple which will be built with the coming of Mashiach very soon. And we must revere it. We must respect it. We shouldn't treat it like God forbid, a place where we just are out to have fun. But it has to be a somber place. Now, Rav Ovadia Yosef brings in his pirush on this week's parsha that, unfortunately, since we don't have the authentic temple, but we have a embassy, a miniature temple, which is our synagogues. And today I wanted to talk about something that is bothering me so deeply, and that is so many people have forgotten when they enter into a synagogue that they're entering into the house of God. And the Torah is clearly saying that you must revere my house. Why should we revere it? The Talmud says, because God's presence is in the holy synagogues and places of worship. And the Zohar, the Ben Ish Chai brings in Parashat Vayikra Shana Aleph, that people that totally disrespect the services, they talk in the middle of the prayer, of the Kaddish, of the Torah. It says, Man de Mishnai bebet Knishta, the Zohar HaKodesh, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, our master, which his Yortzeit was last week, says that somebody that talks is like he has no en lo chelek be'elokei Israel. He has no relationship. He's like he's denying God himself. If you talk in the middle of prayer, it's synonymous, God forbid, to idol worship. So my Rosh Hashiva, Rav Weinberg, explained why is it such a serious crime to speak in the middle of prayer. Is because our practice of our praying cannot be just robotic. If this is really the house of God, when you come to pray in a synagogue or in a yeshiva or a bet midrash or kollel, if it really is the house of God and God's presence is there, then how could you have the chutzpah to talk and shmooze in the middle? The fact that you're disrespecting it must be either consciously or subconsciously, you don't believe that there is God there. Because God is so powerful and awesome. And we need His blessing so much. In so many different ways. Most of all, we need health, we need wealth, we need success. We need God to save us and bless us in so many different quality of life and quantity. So, my great Rabbi Harav Eliezer ben David says a very important thing. And that is that it's a halacha, when we kiss the mezuzah, we have to say a blessing and be cognizant that we're coming into the house of God. And say, V'ani berov chastecha, avo el betecha al hechal kochecha beiratecha. We have to bow to the hechal, to where the Torah ark is, and realize that, God, I'm coming with reverence, with respect into your house. And it's so heartbreaking where people nowadays with the smartphone, which has the potential to do amazing things, but has the potential to make the most worst chilul Hashems. We see people in the middle of prayer answering their phone, in the middle of Kaddish, checking their email, Turn off your phone before you enter the synagogue and turn on the light of Shekhinah. Elu devarim she'omdim berumo shel olam u'bnei adam mezalzelim bahem. When you come into the synagogue, it's a matter of life and death. We need God to bless us and watch us from so many different evil, spiritual people that want to destroy us, and physical threats. And we need so much blessing with our children. And to just come in and think that you've come into a social club and schmooze with everybody is a chilul Hashem, and it's like idol worship. So prayer is the most powerful tool a Jew has that today I experienced in my life. When you pray, really miracles happen. The impossible becomes possible. So respect. When I was in a library once, when I first got a cell phone, it went off. The guy said, if you do that again, you're going to get kicked out. Isn't this such a shame that we have less respect for God's house than a library? My great rabbi, Harav Ben David, says, when you come to the synagogue, it's like a courthouse. Or lahavdil elfe havdalot. It's not just the place where we could put our Rav Avadia was very adamant always that we're not allowed to put our foot on one another. And we're not even allowed to kiss our children in the shul to show that there's no love like the love of God, whether they're adults or little babies or little minors. So may Hashem help us that if we respect the premises and do not talk to one another, when you come in synagogue, outside there's plenty of time to talk to other people. When you're coming to synagogue, we have to know our mission is to talk to God, to connect to Him. And if we've come to talk to other people, then we failed in our mission. And it's a horrible, horrible mistake. So may Hashem help us to truly be cognizant and aware where we have come, to the house of the Almighty Creator, that we so desperately need His blessing. Focus 100% on the prayer, turn off our cell phones, and turn off, for that fact, any other distractions. Connect to Him, and may in that merit God bless us with all our heart's desires and give us a truly, truly happy Shabbat. Don't forget to